great to have you. And I just wanted to remind you that the presentations we're going to have on research after this info session on internship and research project are so that the short sessions we're going to have after are not necessarily representative of our professoral body. So there's plenty more opportunities, right, for a research project and different domains that are also not necessarily represented. So it's way beyond this anyway. So it's just to give you an idea of what it could be like to work with a fourth-year project, but also to project yourself in graduate studies. You know, there's not only med school, you know, you could stay with us and do an MA, and there's great research going on here. So it will give you an idea. So I think we should go ahead and start with our first presentation with Daniel Crête, our internship coordinator. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Tu peux partager ton écran si tu veux.
It's okay with you, Michael, if I go first? It's fine. We'll do internship, then research.
Yeah. C'est bon.
Okay. So hi, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Daniel Crête. I'm the internship coordinator for the School of Human Kinetics. My email is up on the screen. I'll share it at the very end of my presentation as well. Ma présentation va être en anglais aujourd'hui, mais je suis bilingue et je peux répondre à vos questions en français au besoin. So I first wanted to start off by explaining what we're going to do here in this course. So the internship often gets confused with work experiences or volunteer experiences. They are neither of these. So you will not be an employee of an organization, but you will also not just simply be volunteering your time for an organization. You will be taking part in what is called work integrated learning. There are a variety of different formats of work integrated learning. We decided to go with the internship model here with the School of Human Kinetics. Essentially, what all of these have in common is that they focus the experience on your learning experience. So you are there to learn primarily. So you'll be working with an organization in the community. You will be assigned task responsibilities. You'll be a part of their team, but we need to make sure that your role is really focused on something new, something that you're going to need to learn something from this internship experience. So here I'll be specifically speaking to our standard internship course that's spread over 2 semesters. Because it's spread over 2 semesters, it has an extra number here. So we're referring to APA 4211-1 for the fall semester. That's the course you'll need to sign up to, and APA 4211-2 in the winter semester. So you need to sign up to 2 courses. This is the standard internship course that's spread over 2 semesters. If you see a 4-digit course code, that is going to be blocked, and that is referring to our condensed internship course. We have a very few number of students who complete a condensed internship. All the hours, all of the assignments. We have specific parameters for those students in a single semester, either the fall, the winter, and what's becoming more and more popular are spring-summer condensed internships from May to August. So those are blocks. Those you need to be approved ahead of time to be enrolled. But if you want to follow the standard course sequence, complete our internships spread over 2 semesters, you'll be able to enroll in June to 4211-1 and 4211-2. So the primary objective of our program is to provide students with an opportunity to apply everything that they've learned in their undergraduate degree in a real world environment or real work experience, and then particularly reflect on how that went. So that's the goal of the course. There are secondary objectives. This is why the course is so often very popular. So students get a chance to gain experience before they graduate. So this is concrete experience still that you can put on your resume. It's a great networking opportunity. You get to meet professionals in a field that you're interested in working in the future. And we do have plenty of students who find a job out of this internship experience. So they are hired on to continue to contribute to the organization after their hours are over. Prerequisites are pretty simple. You really only need 81 university credits to be eligible to enroll in the internship course. So this is a standard course sequence -3 courses. So you should be entering your 4th year. You might need specific APA courses, which I'll specify in a few minutes, to complete an internship within a specific organization or even a specific internship domain. Some organizations like to see specific work experience of the students they will choose. I'll speak to that as well. And you will all have Office of Risk Management requirements, so internship requirements to submit prior to starting your internship. So let's focus on the last one first, because it is very important. And they are quite complicated. So depending on the internship setting that you would like to pursue, you will have internship requirements that will need to be completed and sent to a risk management nurse. If these aren't in, it will delay your start date, but we do have a hard mid-September start date. So if they're not in by mid-September, you will not be able to complete an internship during that fall semester. So obviously, if you want to work in a hospital setting, you'll have a lot more to complete than a private clinical setting. And then it varies depending on the vulnerability of the clientele that you'll be interacting with. What I would say here is that I am in the process of reviewing these with our nurse. So these might change. They will be updated. I'll share you the webpage of the Office of Risk Management in a few seconds. So they'll be updated most likely in the next few months. Give yourself about 2 months to get everything done. It might seem easy enough to get a police record check and a record of immunization. If you're fully immunized, you've got all your shots when you were a kid, you have everything. It can still take a lot of time. There's often immunizations, a 2-step TB test that's missing. Sometimes it takes 2 months to get a police record check back in the mail. So just take it from me. This is always an issue every year. Try to get started on this as soon as you can, and I'll give you a timeline. Now, obviously, if you're only pursuing a limited amount of requirements, if you're not getting a full record of immunization, let's say, because you want to work in a coaching or a physical education setting, it'll be difficult to change if you change your mind at the very last minute, right? So you're kind of focusing your efforts in a specific domain if you decide to not pursue all of these. So just keep that in mind. So the deadline to submit everything to our risk management nurse is a month before the start of the year, so August 1st, 2023. But you still can't get to work on your CPR and your police record checks right away. After March 31st, you can apply for your police record check. After April 30th, you can get your CPR certification. If you have one already, you can get it recertified. Okay, so we want it to be valid throughout your entire 2-semester-long internship. So we don't want you to get this done right away. So wait till the spring to get started on that. So these are probably 2 of the most important links that I'll send you today. So look for updates on the Office of Risk Management webpage. It's all there, and they have plenty of resources for you. So if you click on CPR and CPR certifications, they'll explain to you where to get it, which ones are approved, which ones aren't. Same thing for the police record check. There's a lot of resources there. And you need to send everything to our risk management nurse. So shkin@uottawa.ca. You'll be working with her throughout the summer to make sure that you have everything lined up to get started. Unfortunately, there are no exceptions to these. So I do want to emphasize, if these aren't in, you cannot start regardless of what your supervisor said or your host organization. These are requirements by the university, by the Faculty of Health Sciences and the School of Human Kinetics. We want you to have this done, and we can't make any exceptions. So let's talk about the fun stuff, the internship parameters. So you'll be required to complete 120 unpaid hours with a single organization, starting in September, ending in April. We would like for your internship experience to be spread as evenly as possible throughout both semesters and from week to week. But every organization is a bit different. Every student's schedule is a bit different. So at the very least, we would like to see 7 weeks in the fall, 7 weeks in the winter, and minimum of 50 hours in each of the semesters. So you can do a 70-50 or 50-70 split if you have a semester that's a bit busier than another one. This is a 6-credit course, but you'll receive an alphanumerical grade at the end, just like every other course. This is how the grade will be calculated. So your supervisor will evaluate your ability to meet specific competencies, specific to your internship domain. And that'll count for 40% of your final mark. And then you'll have a bunch of assignments, reports, a video presentation, journal entries to write, which will be evaluated as well. You'll see that, yes, I'll begin meeting everyone in late May for individual meetings to start planning your internship experience. We're going to have 2 group class sessions in the fall, 2 or 3, yeah, most likely 3, then 2 or 3 in the winter. I'll meet everyone at least once individually throughout the year as well, just to check in and see how everything is going. But when you do register to the course, you'll see a 3-hour block of time blocked off for the entire year. We will not be in class for that for that time, so don't worry, because I can predict with 99% certainty that it will be blocked at 5:30 on a Friday, and en français, ça va être à 7h les jeudis soirs. So we're going to have maybe 5-6 classes throughout the year at those times. So areas of interest, generally speaking, this is where you can complete. These are the different types of domains where you can complete an internship experiences. The scope of kinesiology is quite large, but you can go work in rehabilitation clinics, high performance training facilities. You can work in the field of ergonomics. Health promotion is quite broad as well. You can work as an assistant coach with the club teams. You can complete a variety of sport management related internship experiences. You can work with a physical education teacher in a high school or elementary school setting, and physical activity counseling, mental performance consulting are options as well. If you're not sure exactly where you want to go or what type of internship you want to complete, which type of field you want to pursue, you can always consider the type of population you'd like to work with. What type of contact hours would you like to acquire and be able to put on your resume? So do you want to work with vulnerable people? Do you want to work with a general population, relatively healthy, or athletes? The dynamic of these types of workspaces are quite different. So this is just another way to kind of narrow down your options if you're not sure what type of domain to pursue, but we can talk more about that in our individual meeting. So a quick word on course selection. So before choosing your 4th-year courses, and for the 2nd-year students that are here, this applies to your selection of 3rd-year courses as well. You should definitely consider your schedule. For 4th-year students, try to leave gaps in your schedule for the 8 hours of internship hours that you'll need to complete every week. Course content is obviously important. Always try to complete courses that are in line with your interests. And then consider prerequisites. Prerequisites for the internship experience, prerequisites for graduate level studies, for certifications, and for professional colleges as well. As Alexandra already mentioned, we have plenty of different types of programs and options to choose from right now. So we've kind of already selected the courses for each of these different domains, whether it's kinesiology, coaching, physical education, recreation, sport management. But just my general tips here, try to complete courses that are in line with the career you want to pursue in the future. So I know a lot of students want to pursue either kinesiology or clinical related careers, whether it's physiotherapy, occupational therapy. We've already had a question about med school. For all of those students, what I would recommend is to pursue the kin option. That's your best bet. But again, kinesiology as a career is quite broad. So again, if it can apply not only to a classic RKIN career, but all of these, whether it's fitness testing, high performance training, athletic therapy, ergonomics, self-promotion, all of these fall within the scope of practice of a kinesiologist as well. So that KIN option is still your best bet. But again, if you're looking for a career in physical education, there's obviously a lot of relevance to taking mental performance or sports psychology courses, coaching courses, leisure courses as well. Those all apply to that domain. Sport management, I would recommend our health promotion or leisure courses on top of all of the sport management courses that we offer. So there's plenty of examples, but just try to think of this compass when you're making your course selection, your decision. And the other thing that I'd like to highlight here, just the way that I've set it up, there's very little overlap between kinesiology and sport management. If you're interested in sport management, that's fine. There's no harm in taking courses, but I often see students with completely different course profiles than the career or the internship domain that they've decided to pursue. So again, we've done a lot of work over the years to offer different programs to help students better structure their courses. And hopefully this type of information will help you. We can always discuss specific courses that'll be relevant to your internship, to your future career in our individual meetings as well. I'd be happy to do that. So let's dive into specific course recommendations. I'll post these all on our websites. Our internship webpage should get updated any day now with these lists of courses, but here are just a few physical education coaching courses that'll be relevant to your internship experience. You don't need to take all of these, but if you're interested in a physical education internship experience, I'd definitely recommend our intervention courses as an example. Obviously, the more coaching courses you can have, if you want to pursue a coaching internship, the better positioned you'll be to succeed. As far as physical education or coaching internship opportunities, you can work, like I mentioned, any type of high school, elementary school, whether it's public or private. You can work for community sport teams as well, under experienced coaches. We've started to introduce more and more sport management courses that students aren't often aware of. So we have a lot to choose from here. So definitely, if you want to pursue a career in sport management, try to take as many of these as possible. And as far as a sport management related internship, you can work with University Sport Services, different type of local, provincial, or national organizing committees, national sport federations, provincial sport federations, and private sport teams as well. Kinesiology or rehab, there are a lot of courses here. Some relate more to kin, others relate more to rehab. But again, our clinical supervisors will expect that a lot of knowledge has been acquired already. The more of these courses you get a chance to complete in your third year, the better position you'll be in your fourth year. But the more that you'll get out of your internship experiences. So this means that your supervisor will be able to teach you more advanced principles more quickly at the start of your internship experience. So you'll get more from it. Yeah, and it'll just be a more valuable experience altogether. As far as kin or rehab, you can work in private clinics, family health teams, community health centers, private companies as well. If you are going to work in a hospital setting, it would need to be under a registered kinesiologist. We leave the clinical hospital internship experiences with physios and OTs to our clinical placements at the graduate level in physio and OT programs. So I often get a lot of interest for hospitals. If you want to go in a hospital, it'll need to be supervised by an RKIN. Private clinics, there are a lot out there. So here you can be supervised by pretty much any regulated healthcare provider. So kin, physio, OT, I have some chiros as supervisors as well. Very few physicians. I'd say I might have one or two sport med physicians as partners. But often the most popular ones are kins and physios. Yeah, okay. So a few tips on finding the right organization. I think I'm making good time here. So I can definitely help you coordinate the process. I'll begin meeting with students in mid to late May to begin the planning process. I don't recommend that you try to complete your internship in an area where you already work. Let's try to find something different that we can put on your resume. The confirmation process. So we first need to find a location. We have vetted opportunities already. We have regular partners that accept students every year. So I'll be happy to present those to you during our individual meeting. I'll be posting an updated list of our partners on our webpage. Again, very soon. It should get updated any day now. But I'm also open to student proposals. So if you have a contact, if you know someone who'd like to supervise your internship, we have two standards. I'll need to approve it, but we can definitely consider that as well. Whether you go with one of our partners or you find an internship location yourself, there should be an interview process that can be as formal or informal as the organization likes, but you still have some sort of meeting to get to know each other and to understand expectations and your role as a student intern. If you send an email out to someone and they accept you without meeting you first or without even seeing your resume and cover letter, that's a red flag for me. That means that they're willing to delegate maybe mundane tasks, but they might not have your best interests at heart here. So please don't accept anything before it's approved by me, but there should be an interview. The supervisors have a decision here. So this isn't a clinical placement model where we just send you somewhere and the organization doesn't have a say as far as who enters their workplace. And there's an interview and they have a decision to make. If you don't make a good first impression, then it doesn't happen often, but it can happen where they might say, thank you, but no, thank you. I finally need to approve your task responsibilities to ensure that you're well positioned to demonstrate the competencies we want you to demonstrate. And by the end of your internship experience, I also need to approve your supervisor. So we have standards for those. And I'll need to approve all of this before you can get started. Won't spend too much time on this. It might seem a bit obvious, but essential skills for any internship domain: high level of professionalism, demonstrated initiative, a willingness to learn and contribute, good interpersonal skills, good verbal and written communication skills. All of our supervisors are looking for this. So try to highlight these in your interview. You can highlight these in your resumes, in your cover letter as well. I guess the one piece I haven't mentioned yet is, yes, you are completing an unpaid internship, but our supervisors aren't paid to supervise you as well. So they're doing this often out of the goodness of their heart, their willingness to contribute to their profession and to prepare the next generation. So yeah, the organization might be a bit more productive with you there by the very end, but our supervisors put in a lot of work to accept students. So just have that in the back of your mind when you are interviewing with them, and try to make things as easy as possible because they're working full time and accepting students on top of their regular workload. Other considerations to choose a specific internship setting. Consider the value of your internship domain. For all of our students, I recommend choosing an internship that is directly in line with the career you want to pursue. This might seem obvious, but it's some students want something different. It's hard enough to find a job after graduating. Let's try to give you a bit of experience on your resume so that you're optimally prepared or to find work. Consider the value of the experience as well. Some bigger organizations might look very good if you include the name of a big organization, renowned organization on your resume, but what did you do there? So consider the task responsibilities, the type of role, the type of responsibilities that an organization is willing to delegate. Smaller organizations might have more work for you to do and you might have more to learn from them. Location, factor in transportation time. Let's try to find something that's close to campus, close to where you live, or somewhere in between. I would want to avoid you traveling an hour out of your way to go to your internship once or twice a week. Required availability, same thing. For these last three, required availability, the expectations of the organizations, the culture, the type of supervision that's to be expected. I can help with that. That's a conversation we can have individually. Just so that we find the right fit for you. So next steps, if you have, well, you're all watching off of your computers here, so you can take a picture with your phone or you can screen capture this. This is probably the most important piece. Please register to my mailing list. Once you do, you'll receive emails from me throughout the spring and the summer session. So this is initial information that I need. Even if you're not sure if you want to pursue the research project or the internship, register. You'll start receiving my emails and you'll receive invitations from the start to schedule meetings with me. So I'll share this link again in a few seconds. Please visit our Career Development Center. They have excellent resources to write cover letters and resumes. All of our supervisors, you should have a resume and a cover letter ready to go. So please get that done. You can get that done this semester so that it's ready to send out to potential partners, potential supervisors right away this summer. I'll be hosting 4 orientation sessions throughout the summer as well, or the spring summer. So some in the mornings, evenings, at noon, in the afternoon. You don't need to make all of these, but I'll be providing updates once a month to everyone. So it'll be a mini presentation like I just did right now. So I'll reiterate our parameters. I'll remind everyone of your internship requirements. I'll invite the risk management nurse. So she will be there to answer all of your questions regarding specific requirements. And I'll be open to answering any questions you might have as well. So we can stay behind after these and talk. All of these are going to be virtual on Zoom as well. So if you live outside of the city during the summer, you can still attend. Okay. So I'll be sending out invitations by email and the Zoom links by email very soon for all of these. So finally, next step, again, make sure to sign up to my mailing list. We'll schedule individual meetings throughout the summer. Please attend at least one orientation session throughout the summer. Please review your resume and your cover letter in June or before, in June, you'll be able to enroll in both the fall and the winter course. And please get to work late, starting in March or starting in April and May. Please get to work on your internship requirements as soon as possible. My information's there. The link is there as well to register to our mailing list. So thank you, everyone, and I'm open for questions. I think we already have a few.
Thank you, Thank you, Daniel. We do have questions, and I just wanted to give an idea to students in terms of. So this is a 6-credit course, right? And it lasts from the fall to the winter, so the 2 semesters. And typically, so in total, how many hours?
120 hours spread over 2 semesters. Yeah, I do recommend completing 8 hours a week. So maybe that'll depend. Some organizations, like if you're going to be completing an internship in a school, you might be able to go in just once a week for a full day and get your hours in that way. We have about 30 weeks to work with, but we'll take time off during the holidays. You want to give yourself a few weeks off for exams. So I'd recommend a pace of 8 hours per week, and that'll give you some time off or if you get sick or anything like that to get to 120 still quite easily. I think the most popular structure is probably twice a week for a 3 to 4 hour block twice a week.
And you don't want to talk about intensive?
Yeah, so condensed internship experiences, that's offered as well. We don't recommend completing more than 3 other courses if you're going to be completing a condensed internship in a single semester. It's a 6-credit course. So 3 courses plus a 6-credit internship will be a full course load for sure.
So it's possible, right?
Yep.
It's possible also in the summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, condensed, we're working off of, here we mean 120 hours in a single semester, but not only the hours, but all of the assignments as well. So you're going to be submitting an assignment and getting to work on another one pretty quickly. And here the same parameters apply. So remember when we had 7 weeks in the fall, 7 weeks in the winter, but here we want 14 weeks in a single semester, and you might have 15 or 16 to work with. So it's a faster pace for sure. Okay, and it is possible spring, summer. So spring, summer, that would start in May. And students will need to contact me in March if they want to do that, and we'll start planning for a spring summer condensed internship
Condensed.
as soon as possible. I did mention this, that those condensed internship courses are blocked. So you will need to, I'll need confirmation from our risk management nurse that all of your internship requirements have been submitted. And we'll need confirmation from a host organization that they've accepted you as a student intern before we can enroll you in the course, because you absolutely need to start first week of May. So if by the first week of May, something's missing, we're going to miss our chance to complete a condensed internship.
Thank you. And last question, could you do winter, summer?
No, the only way that it's spread over 2 semesters would be starting in September, ending in April.
Okay.
Yeah. So we essentially have 4 options: standard, fall, winter, or condensed, whether that be in the winter, summer, or winter, summer, or fall.
Great.